Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MOR Esports. This is the 2 p.m. social on Thursday. My name is Jack. I'm your commentator. A pleasure to be with you all. And we bring you racing action from Zandvoort. This is the Dutch Grand Prix. Let me just get my TikTok and my Twitch up so I can see all of you beautiful people in the chat. Where are we now? There we go. Jake saying, how do I join the social race? Join our Discord, my friend. Join our Discord, get yourself involved, and then all you've got to do is click the attendance on the 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. social race channels. That is all you have got to do. Griff in the chat as well. Welcome in, Griff. Good to see you. Always great to have you in the chat, Griff. Hope you are having a wonderful day so far. And hope you are, all of you viewing, are having a beautiful day out there. In qualifying, it looks like Ben Dearman, currently the man that is going fastest. MGA Joa is currently in second. Mikey Boy in third. We know Solar is doing a bit of a last to first challenge. But it looks like Mikey is challenging away to try and take second place. Can he try and take pole position from Ben Dearman? It doesn't look like it. Ben Dearman with a 1 minute 10.4. And it is the Ferrari driver on pole position then. Has in second place with Mikey Boy in third. That is your qualifying over here in Zandvoort. We've got a 25 lap Grand Prix to come up for you now. Half a second between Ben Dearman and Haz. Haz and Mikey Boy very, very close together. Coming up for you next, ladies and gentlemen, live from MOR Esports is the Dutch Grand Prix. Away we go then for the formation lap here in Zandvoort, everybody. It's Ben Dearman that starts this race from pole position strategy-wise. Alcada, the only man starting on the hards. We've got a few people on the mediums. Looks like the general consensus is start on the soft compound tyres then. So we will change our screen to the position change. That's what we want to see on lap 1. It's Zessi that will start from the back of the grid. Solar going for a last to first challenge. He won't start last, but technically it is still a last to first challenge because he did get disqualified from qualifying. Alcada in 16th. Out in front, it's Ben Dearman that will get this race underway from the best seat in the house. Has in second with MOR. F1 Mikey Boy in third place. And we just await the drivers coming through the final sector then. Matt Connor lines up in fourth with King Fenrir in fifth place. Duran is sixth with Andirs in 7th, Stu 8th, Batal 9th, and VB Longneck in 10th place then. Griff saying you keep him well, JP. Been busy streaming a lot. I am very well, thank you, Griff. I've been very busy, not only with the streaming, but with a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for MOR. We've got a lot planned for the future, a lot planned for the coming days and weeks to be announced as well. It's been a lot, but it's been very, very fun, very enjoyable. I hope you're keeping well too, Griff. Hope you and the family are all good. There's all that's left to do then ahead of this race is to line up and wait for the lights. The engines roar to life then here in Zandvoort, the heart of the sand dunes. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers and we can go racing for the Dutch Grand Prix. Ben Dearman immediately cuts over to try and cover off Haz, but Haz into ghost mode, might be able to sneak through. Doesn't look like it at the moment though, as that is already a car in the wall, and that is King Fenrir, who is into the barriers immediately down towards turn 1. Ben Dearman and Haz getting away very, very well from the grid. F1 Mikey Boy in 3rd with Matt Connor running 4th. Duran up a place into 5th. Over Molly with a brilliant start, as that is someone going very, very wide, and that is VB Longneck all over the gravel and down to 16th place. MGA Joa might have had a moment in the first sector too. He's dropping off a little bit as well. Big gainer on the opening lap is, of course, Solar, who is up 8 places, looking to make it 9 and get by Emmanuel, the Haas driver. Absolutely flying towards the chicane. Emmanuel deeper on the brakes. Might get forced onto the gravel here. Solar committed round the outside line and does take 8th place away from Emmanuel. Solar will end the first lap up 9 places, might be 10 as he gets forced onto the gravel, onto the grass, sorry, by Over Molly. Look at Emmanuel trying to challenge him behind. Down towards turn 1 we go. Solar versus Molly. Solar with the inside line, gets all over the curbs on the inside though. Look at Emmanuel trying to scrap away as Solar gives Molly a little bit of a nudge, and there's big contact into the banking. Over Molly goes round and down to 12th place. Solar already up 10 places in this Grand Prix, but Emmanuel is looking to try and fight him down the inside. Is Solar able to get round the outside of him? The answer to that is a resounding yes, and Solar remains in 7th place. Now needs to try and stop battling Emmanuel and get up to the back of the McLaren ahead of him. Out in front, Ben Dearman, still your leader from pole position then. The top 4 all staying in the same positions, all in a very nice train at the minute. 2.2 seconds behind Matt Connor is Duran, so the top 4 all in a little bit of a train and trying to run away from the incoming threat of the Haas of Solar. Towards the start of lap 3 we go then. Ben Dearman is your leader, gets the new fastest lap as well. Has in 2nd place with Mikey running in 3rd. Matt Connor in 4th place. We know Ben Dearman absolutely rapid in a Formula 1 car. Is he able to try and win this race, or can Solar try and change that? MGA and Over Molly into the pit lane. Molly immediately getting a 10-second penalty. Joa already out of the race, retiring in the pit lane. We've got Lily in the chat. Welcome in, Lily. Good to see you as always. Stu coming into the pit lane as well. Ben Dearman continuing to lead here in Zandvoort. Griff saying, well done then. Love seeing you be so committed to it. Honestly, it's absolutely sucked me in. I've got so many ideas for what we can do with MOR, and a big shout out to Mikey, who has been kind enough to hear out all my ideas, and any that he likes, he lets me sort of explore the creative freedom and lets me set things up and trial things. Just like with the pro clubs, for example, he's enlisted me the responsibility to be able to run the pro clubs by myself. And we had our first night of that last night. Went really, really well. So I'm really excited for what's to come in the future. I know Mikey is as well. We're planning some big things in MOR. And should be really interesting to see what you guys think, what the drivers think, what everyone in MOR thinks, and maybe what some people think that haven't seen us quite yet, but will be seeing us in the future. Matt Connor falling off the back of the top 3 now. Solar is up into 5th place and is now trying to chase down Matt Connor, as we've got a yellow flag at the banking, and that is for VB Longneck, who has been spun round at the banking and now down to 13th place. Out in front, F1 Mikey Boy looking to try and get through on Haz. Haz was challenging down towards turn 1, but was not able to make the pass. F1 Mikey Boy then, what does he have on the back of the Williams? The answer to that is not much battery. Has got a lot more battery than F1 Mikey Boy. Ben Dearman on a full battery out in front. So Ben Dearman feeling quite comfortable out in front, it must be said, as VB Longneck has gone for yet another spin in this race. Out of the banking we go, and you can see Mikey already running out of battery about halfway down the straight. That's only going to cost him time to Hazen Ben Dearman, so needs a couple of laps, does Mikey Boy, just to get back into the swing of things, save the battery a little bit, and then he can get back onto the rear end of the Williams and the Ferrari cars. Ben Dearman, still your leader then, has in 2nd place. F1 Mikey Boy running in 3rd. Matt Connor is really having his gap eaten away at by Solar. Now 1.2 seconds as Duran and Andes try and fight away. Zessi involved in that scrap as well. 2 soft runners versus a medium runner. Duran starting on the mediums, and Zessi looking down the inside, looking to make it 10 positions gained in the first 5 laps. And as he roars round the outside of the Mercedes-Benz, he does exactly that. Zessi up 10 places in this Grand Prix, now looking to make it 11 on the inside of Andes, who goes very deep on the brakes, somehow manages to keep it on track. Duran gets all out of shape, and Zessi up 10 places then, now right on the back of Andes. Has still gaining on Ben Dearman towards turn 1. The Williams driver not able to make his way through, to make his way through on the Ferrari. Deckers gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Zessi and Andes still fighting away in the middle sector, and that nearly was contact. Zessi had to back out of it. That's now put the Mercedes down his inside. Zessi taking the wider line through the banking. It did not benefit him. Duran now right on the back of Andes. Zessi right on the back of Duran. This is a great 3-way scrap we have got for 7th, 8th and 9th place. And currently, it is Andes that is winning. Zessi looking down the inside again, trying to get through on the Mercedes. But these two don't want to battle too hard, because A, they will allow Batal into the fight, and B, they will allow Andes to escape away. VB Longneck has been into the pit lane to retire from the session. He will not continue in this race. Has getting a little bit wide over the curbs on the exit. Mikey Boy is gaining, but Mikey Boy just doesn't have the battery to try and make a pass. I wonder if Mikey is maybe using the battery just to try and stick with Hazen Ben Dearman, and then possibly look for an undercut. Although he started on the mediums, Ben Dearman and Haz starting on the softs, so you would expect the two ahead of him to be into the pit lane before him. Over Molly had a bit of a moment. There were yellow flags flying. Those clearly got cleared up. Quickly got cleared up. And we continue on with our battle at the front. Duran, Andes and Zessi still fighting away. This is such a good fight that these three are putting on. Zessi round the outside of Duran is up 10 places in this race now, running in 8th. He's looking to try and make that 7th as he sends the McLaren in a little bit deep, throws him the dummy. Now going to look for the up and under on the McLaren rear wing. Gets the overtake boost enabled, is boosting towards the chicane, gets the move done, but again, Andy's so deep on the brakes into the chicane, and Zessi just not able to get through. Out in front, doesn't look like anyone is able to get through either. Mikey pulling out of the slipstream. He is saving a bit more battery now, so this race is coming back to Mikey now. that the soft tyres start to degrade. He's done very well to keep with the soft runners. And Mikey now looking around the outside of the banking. Is that going to give him a good exit? The answer is yes. Has still on the inside line though. Mikey burning all of the excess battery that he saved. And Mikey now up into second place then. The softs maybe starting to get a bit degraded. And the medium tyres on Mikey's car lasting that little bit longer. And that is allowing the Red Bull driver to start clawing back some of the time he may have lost in the opening stint. While we were watching that, Zessi did finally get through on Andes and up into 7th place. And Zessi will now try and gain on Emmanuel. Solar has dispatched Matt Connor. I did miss that. I do apologise. Solar now in 4th place and is looking to try and gain on the front 3. And if these top 3 keep battling, I would not be surprised if Solar closes in pretty soon. Haz is gaining though. Mikey has ran out of battery. Towards turn 1 we go. Is Mikey going to have to go defensive? Haz just a little bit too far behind to think about making a move on the Red Bull at this moment. Haz through the first sector we go. Mikey gaining a little bit of time just with the mechanical grip that he's got on those medium tyres. Ben Dearman saving the battery. Mikey burning all of the battery in the pursuit of the Ferrari. That is only going to help Ben Dearman down the main straight. It's only going to help Haz down the main straight as well. Solar is gaining on this battle, but not at the rate of knots I thought he would. So Solar going to need to do something different with the strategy maybe to get himself in this leading fight. Ben Dearman is your leader after 9 laps out of 25 here in Zandvoort. F1 Mikey Boy running in 2nd place with Haz in 3rd as we go into the chicane. Mikey just dipping a little bit of wheel in the gravel. That won't harm him too much. Is about half a second off of Ben Dearman. Mikey saving a lot more battery on that lap. But the car ahead of him and the car behind him, both with full battery packs. So is there anything that Mikey really can do in this race? Haz is gaining but not getting close enough. Mikey was gaining on Ben Dearman but not close enough. Solar 2.6 seconds behind this fight as Emmanuel is the first to come in for a scheduled pit stop then. Andes comes in as well. King Fenrir on his comeback drive after being in the wall on the exit of turn 1. Currently running in 8th place. Great comeback from Fenrir at the moment. Harry also comes into the pit lane as well and gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as Mikey now is all over the back of Ben Dearman, is looking to try and make this move. The soft compound tyres definitely going off and Mikey trying to make advantage of it using the overtake boost down towards the chicane. Has got the better run and Mikey goes through into the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix, but Ben Dearman with a full battery will get the overtake boost as well. Mikey with only 55% on the battery, and how much is that going to harm him on the run down to turn 1? F1 Mikey Boy is your leader then. Ben Dearman in 2nd place, but Ben is gaining on Mikey towards turn 1. Mikey not offering the biggest fight, I thought. Evidently prefers the more conventional racing line right round the outside. Ben Dearman looking to try and fight this. Not able to get his way through. Mikey is your leader here in Zandvoort over Molly, Matt Connor and King Fenrir. All come into the pit lane then. And that is the 2nd round of scheduled pit stops we've had as Ben Dearman flies down the inside of F1 Mikey Boy. Little bit of contact between them. They're both using the battery now. And Ben Dearman retaking the lead of this race. Looks like Mikey is scheduling for a move though. And the medium compound tyres will definitely be better than the softs. Mikey burning some battery down towards the chicane is going to look towards the inside line of Ben Dearman and gets the move done again. F1 Mikey Boy takes the lead once more of the Dutch Grand Prix. Ben Dearman sitting in behind for the time being as we make our way round the banking and round the outside of the banking. Looks Ben Dearman as Mikey and Haz and Solar all come into the pit lane. Ben Dearman stays out on the degrading soft compound tyres. Deckers has found his way into the barriers and is giving himself even more damage by putting himself back into the wall. Now rolling backwards, and Deckers will get himself righted. No issue of a safety car. Ben Dearman goes through. Zessi and Duran stay out and take second and third. Mikey comes out in fourth. Solar in sixth. Haz in fifth. And Solar is right on the back of Haz and Mikey now. Solar and Haz onto the mediums. Mikey onto the hards. Ben Dearman will be in this lap as Over Molly gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. And we've got a safety car deployed in this race. Over Molly into the barriers at the banking. And the Red Bull driver trying to get that car righted and back in a straight line. Does so successfully. But is this going to benefit Ben Dearman? He may come out ahead of Zessi, Duran, Mikey and Haz. We imagine Zessi and Duran will be into the pit lane. But Mikey Boy, Haz and Solar are the men we're watching. They're currently coming through the final sector. Ben Dearman in the pit lane. Ben Dearman's easily going to get out in front here. Ben Dearman, by staying out for one more lap, got the gift of a safety car. And Ben Dearman is going to come out in the lead of this race. Zessi gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But it's Ben Dearman on the fresh tyres who is out in the lead. Mikey, this is really going to harm him on the hard compound tyres. The safety car restart, he is really going to struggle with because those tyres will get cold very, very easily under this safety car period. Haz in third with Solar in fourth. Solar is right back into the leading challenge here, looking for the last to first, and might be able to complete it. I'm not sure if we've seen Solar and Ben Dearman battle before. I think we have a few times, but it's always going to be fireworks when Solar and Ben Dearman go to war on the track. Matt Connor running in fifth then. Emmanuel in sixth with Zessi in seventh, but Zessi with that 10-second penalty, how much is that going to harm him? Ben in the chat saying, ha, I meant that. I'm sure you did, Ben. I'm sure you did. Behind the safety car we are now then. We do also have a lapped car in the way. That is Stu. And that will compound Mikey's restart even more in this race. Unless Stu comes into box. Ben Dearman goes off the track and lets Stu through. Stu now overtaking the safety car. Stu is staying out. Has just overtaken the safety car. Zessi comes back in to serve the 10-second penalty. Decker's into the pit lane as well. Surely Stu is going to get some sort of penalty for overtaking the safety car. Doesn't look like it. So him and Deckers continue on then. Ben Dearman is your leader. Mikey Boy in second place. Haz running in third. I'm just trying to find some information. Sorry for the pause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to find if I can see any races where Solar and Ben Dearman have raced against each other and who came out on top. Of course, we have got Mikey and Haz in this fight as well, as the safety car is in this lap, so I'm not going to be able to get that information. Ben Dearman will execute the safety car restart. Ben saying in Belgium and I won. So Ben has got the bragging rights over Solar at the moment. I know Solar has been practicing for this social race though. I'm sure he didn't expect Ben Dearman to be racing. But that is what he's got to put up with now. Ben Dearman, when does he get this race restarted? He goes very early. Zessi gets another 10-second penalty for a severe collision with King Fenrir. And we are racing once again here at Zandvoort. Ben Dearman is your leader. F1 Mikey Boy in second place. Has his third with Solar running in fourth place. Duran and Andes still fighting away. These two won't leave each other alone. Emmanuel gets through on Matt Connor and up into fifth place. Duran in seventh. Look at King Fenrir with the slingshot off of the banking, trying to get through on his teammate. Isn't able to make the move. Andes uses a little bit more battery, but this is the fight that we want to be watching. The battle out front. Solar, is he going to charge down the inside? Look at Mikey on the inside of Ben Dearman. Goes very, very wide and isn't able to execute the move as there's contact between the Ferrari and the Red Bull drivers as my controller has died, and that is the worst possible time for the controller to disconnect. We're back live with you, ladies and gentlemen. Has managed to get back through on Solar. Ben Dearman and Mikey continuing the fight. The hard compound tyres don't look like they're wavering too much. And Mikey right on the back of Ben Dearman, but is already going to run out of battery as F1 Mikey Boy. Towards turn one we go. Mikey looking towards the inside. Not able to make a move. Look at Solar on the inside of Haas. Haas car versus Williams car. Who's going to come out in front? Solar dips a wheel onto the grass and isn't able to get his way through. As Solar continues to try and get through on Haas. Both of them using so much battery in pursuit of each other. The only person that is gaining battery is Ben Dearman. Over Molly has manually retired from this race. We will see no longer the Red Bull driver. As still the fights continue in this Grand Prix. Emmanuel is on the back of Solar as well. We've got a train from the lead down to 6th place at the moment. Nearly 7th. If Duran can get back in the overtake, boosters down the inside. Goes Solar on Emmanuel, on Haas, sorry. And finally gets the move on the Williams car. Gave him a little bit of a shove onto the gravel. If that was a league race, I probably would lean towards penalty. But this is a social race. It wasn't dirty driving per se. So Solar will get away with that one. He's now into third and will try and make his way into second place. Past F1 Mikey Boy, who is trying to regain some of that battery. And F1 Mikey Boy looking to try and challenge away with Ben Dearman, who is currently your leader. Solar right behind Mikey though. These two, I believe, are in the VC together at the moment. Let me just double check if they still are. They were before I joined this. Are they in the VC? They are indeed. Emmanuel, Mikey and Solar are all in the same voice call together. So I wonder if that's going to get a little bit spicy and the banter is going to kick off a little bit while Solar and Mikey begin their fight then. F1 Mikey Boy running in second place. Solar and Ben Dearman with full batteries out of the final corner. F1 Mikey Boy with about 60%. And he is going to run out of battery here. And Solar could get a very good run on the Red Bull driver. Towards turn one we go. Is Mikey going to get caught napping? No, he's not. It's just far enough ahead. And will this race then come back to Mikey just like it did when he was on the mediums and Ben was on the softs? Will the mediums degrade a little bit towards the end of this race? And will Mikey be able to try and get himself in the battle for the lead? Alcada gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as Solar has his first look at F1 Mikey Boy, but isn't able to make the pass. But that is the first sign we've had of Solar looking for the move on the Red Bull. Lap 18 of 25 then, ladies and gentlemen. It is Ben Dearman that is your leader. F1 Mikey Boy in second place. Solar running in third. It is Haas in fourth with Emmanuel in fifth place. Matt Connor running in sixth with Duran in seventh. Solar all over the back of Mikey now. Mikey going to run out of battery. a little bit earlier. You can see the red light flashing on the back of the Red Bull. Solar looking towards the inside. Isn't able to make a move, though. Solar still using the battery, though. He's going to look towards the inside. Goes on the grass to try and make the move. Solar versus Mikey. Two of MOR's finest battling away. Mikey has to hold it round the outside. Solar down the inside. These two giving it everything to try and take second place and be in the fight for the win. Mikey battling as hard as possible to keep Solar behind him. But how long can he keep him behind for? As into the chicane. Solar with the inside line. Mikey now with the inside as we get to the latter part. Solar will have the inside line for the penultimate corner and does take second place in this Dutch Grand Prix. But all that battling has allowed Ben Dearman to get a 1.1 second gap. And will that be just what he needs to try and win this race? Solar is going to need to get the power down in this Grand Prix if he is to still try and win. We've got 6 laps to go. Ben Dearman versus Solar is the fight. Mikey still involved, Has still involved, Emmanuel still involved as well. But this is realistically your main fight. Ben Dearman versus Solar in the battle for the Grand Prix win in the sand dunes of Zandvoort. Mikey running in third, then Harry comes into the pit lane to retire from the race. That leaves us with 14 drivers in this Grand Prix at the moment. Molly saying I keep crashing. I kept crashing because my eyes kept shutting. I was racing with no sleep. I couldn't keep awake. Well, I respect you for even trying, to be honest, over Molly. That is brave, brave stuff. But definitely don't drive on no sleep. That is for sure. Solar, I believe, just got into the overtake boost and did so. So is going to look to try and put some pressure on Ben Dearman then. As we make our way on to lap 21 of 25. Solar hounding down the pressure on Ben Dearman. But we know Ben is a very talented, very quick driver. And it will not be easy to put him out of position or force him into a mistake. So Solar is going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Zandvoort, not the easiest track to overtake. But Solar's up 15 places. Emmanuel's up 9. And Zessi is up 10. So those 3 drivers having brilliant Dutch Grand Prix, gaining a lot of positions, and definitely going to be ones to watch in the future, especially in championship events. Ben Dearman is your leader then. Solar in second place, and Solar does look like he is gaining on Ben Dearman through the middle sector, is right on the back of the Ferrari and the Haas car. Sometimes known as the baby Ferrari team. We've seen many drivers go to Haas before and then be promoted to Ferrari. Or I say many, I think there's only 1 or 2 that have gone to Haas. Most of them used to go to Alfa Romeo. But here comes Solar then with his first attempt to try and attack Ben Dearman. Ben goes defensive. Solar gonna look for the outside line. Doesn't have the rear grip to do so. So is now gonna have to look towards the banking. Which way does Solar go? Has to sit in behind, looking for the tighter line to get the slingshot out of the banking. Ben using his battery, as is Solar. They're on very similar batteries. Ben Dearman defending this with all his life. And Ben stays in the lead for the time being, but we're riding on board with Solar. He is looking very racy as Ben once again forced defensive into the next corner. But Ben is doing a good job making sure he's not defending against fresh air and putting himself out of line as Ben gets a little bit out of shape. So does Solar. Looking to the outside line is Solar. Not able to make the move. Solar now with more battery than Ben Dearman as well as we make our way towards the penultimate corner. Solar versus Ben. It's coming down to the final few laps of this Grand Prix. Ben Dearman is your leader, but Solar is right in behind him and is gaining towards the Ferrari. Ben Dearman is going to hold the outside line. Solar Not deep enough on the brakes, but in the second phase of the corner, Solar getting very, very close to the Ferrari. Isn't able to make his way through, and Solar has to sit behind for at least another couple of corners. Little bit of contact between them. That's going to put Mikey all over the back of Solar once again. Mikey looking to the outside line. Doesn't have the battery to try and fight it. But Mikey definitely not out of this fight as he is going to look towards the inside of Solar. This is brilliant battling between the top three. Ben Dearman, Solar and Mikey giving it everything. Has involved, in this fight as well. We've got a yellow flag, and that's for its Deckers, who's had a moment in the final sector, nearly being lapped in this race now. Solar piling on the pressure. Ben soaking it up. Mikey waiting for the scraps. And we are about to move on to the penultimate lap of this Dutch Grand Prix. Deckers gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as Solar, his next attempt at turn 1 isn't even really attempt at all. He isn't able to make his way through. Deckers retires from the session. Solar in second place then. Is Solar able to try and make a move somewhere on the Ferrari car? Look at Mikey in the background as well. Look at Haz in the background too. This is an absolutely astonishing fight as Solar once again was looking for the move. Isn't able to get through. Ben is defending this absolutely perfectly, as there is contact between them, and Ben Dearman goes round. Solar takes the lead of the race. F1 Mikey Boy in second. Ben Dearman now down to fourth. Solar completely pushed him out the way, and Solar will not be taking this victory. I can assure you that. Ben Dearman in fourth place. Solar not able to give the position back to him. Otherwise, he'd be giving up position to Mikey and Haz as well. But for Solar, he is going to lead going on to the final lap. But it isn't going to be his victory, because that is always penalty worthy. And that will promote F1 Mikey Boy to the win of this race. There may not be an official stewarding call, but I think I'm pretty confident that I can say it myself, that that would easily be a penalty for Solar. Ben Dearman running in fourth place, trying to gain back the time, isn't going to be able to do so, but he will still finish on the podium. Solar is leading, but it's going to be Mikey for Red Bull, delighting the Orange Army as Mikey is going to look to make the move on track. Down the inside. Solar now with the inside line. Mikey round the outside. Mikey wants to win this for the Orange Army in the home of Max Verstappen. He's driving a Red Bull, and Mikey has got the lead. So it doesn't matter about the contact, because Mikey is going to send Zandvoort into raptures. Through the penultimate corner we go. F1 Mikey Boy driving a Red Bull, and that bull is absolutely flying as F1 Mikey Boy wins the Dutch Grand Prix with a brilliant drive from the Red Bull driver. He got the strategy spot on, and he wins the race. It'll be Haz that finishes in second, with Ben Dearman in third. We'll say Solar's fourth. He just drops off the podium. So it's Emmanuel in fifth, with Matt Connor in sixth place. Duran in 7th, King Fenrir 8th with Andes in 9th, Zessi 10th, oh no, it's Batowl in 10th with Zessi in 11th, Stu in 12th with Alcada in 13th place. Deckers, Harry, Molly, Longneck and Joa all failed to reach the flag. I know Solar won, Ben, but I'm personally giving him a penalty for what he did to you. So in my opinion, it's Mikey that won that race, because Solar does not deserve to keep the victory after wiping you out. That's what I'm saying. So Solar is getting a penalty. And it's going to be Mikey that takes the victory in Zandvoort, to the delight of the Orange Army. What a social race that is. Every single social race we have, I'm sure they just get better and better. It might be Solar that stands on the top step, but that trophy will be going to Mikey Boy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the stream today. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. A pleasure to bring you the action. We will be back for the 4 p.m. social in about an hour and 10 minutes. Again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you when I see you. Until I see you, take care. And as always, ta-da.